So I press that button and then it starts recording?
It's on autofocus. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Hey, Will.
Let's shoot behind the scenes. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I use your phone to record people's audio?
Sure.
Okay, good.
Okay, yeah.
Because the audio on this isn't that great, but I'm gonna still use this part in the video.
Alright.
We're going to the protest for the Earth because we love climate change. We're gonna ask people how much they know and what their solution is to climate change, because I don't think many people know what their solution is, and they're just going for the sake of protesting because they think they love the Earth. So for those of you who don't know, there was a climate strike that happened in Toronto. My friend and I fortunately got the chance to go to it and skip school, and it was a blast to say the least, because there were a lot of good interviews, I must say, of people who just didn't know anything and didn't give a damn about anything. Well, no, they gave a damn about something, but unfortunately, they didn't know enough that it was as much as a damage as it should have been. I'll let the interviews explain. Hi guys, can we have a quick interview? We're doing something for a school project. We just wanted to know what you guys thought of the protests in general.
We're not allowed to give interviews.
No? Okay,
We have like public schools people that do that.
Oh.
We're not really allowed to give interviews.
But like off the record, anything?
Sorry about
Sorry, no, that's alright. Shut down. Project. Is it okay if we can have a quick interview with you guys?
Looking at you and thinking that
So,
you were gonna die.
what do you guys think is your solution to help stop climate change? Why are you personally out here today?
I'm out here because
Excuse me. Hi, I was really intrigued by your sign. We're doing a school project. Can I have an interview with you?
Sure.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah. Take care.
Keep protesting.
thank you. Have a nice day.
Surely it's because
Like,
people
slow
are
it down
wearing
before,
costumes like
you know,
this.
everything gets too... Sorry, there was a guy yelling in the back that I didn't even notice at the time, and it's kind of funny if you actually try to pick apart what he's saying. Far.
We were just talking. We just mentioned
Part
your
of
name.
Extinction Rebellion. Extinction
Well,
Rebellion
thank you for
has three
suffering for
premises.
us.
That the government stop lying, starts telling the truth about how serious this is. The second one is that we reduce the emissions urgently. We start implementing solutions that reduce the carbon in the atmosphere. And the third premise is that we are making all those decisions with a people assembly, not at the level of the government, but we take the common people, just like
Well, yeah, thank you for that answer. I'm guessing you're going to be voting green? Ask the raccoon. I didn't hear her say that, but she pointed, so I just went over there. Hi. So, what would you say your solution to, or at least slowing down climate change? What do you think your best option is?
I'm very active in the Extinction Rebellion.
Yeah.
And the three demands of the Extinction Rebellion are to tell the truth, go for carbon neutrality by 2025, and convene citizens' assembly to oversee the changes.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the solutions are, but I think we should all participate. We should involve immediate action to prevent more damage and make it more socially equitable, so the rich don't keep getting richer and the poor don't suffer disproportionately. Even if we do our best, this could still kill us all very soon.
Yeah.
It should be less horrible.
Yeah.
That's what I'm arguing for and fighting hard for. I'm very active in the Extinction Rebellion in Toronto. On October the 7th, we're going to be blocking the Bloor Street Viaduct. So I'll see you all at 7:30 in the morning, just outside Broadview Station.
All right, yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna see him there. It's kind of funny because they're talking about how they don't know the solutions, but they're also talking about how they want the common people to make the decisions on what they need to be doing. So those statements kind of contradict each other with the three rules of the Extinction Rebellion. I'm just saying, those are very contradictory rules of the Extinction Rebellion. Next clip! Why are you personally out here today?
I'm out here because, first of all, I want to show my support for this strike.
Shout out to Mahogany Doors.
Because I appreciate what it stands for. And I think it's very inspiring that all these people are coming out for this. And I wanted to be a part of the crowd, you know, increase the numbers and show that I care about the climate justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weed out here.
There is.
Okay, bye, Luke. Hi. I was really intrigued by your sign. This one I found was actually a pretty interesting interview.
I got two.
So, can you explain your sign for us?
Yeah, I think that denying climate change should be illegal. It's the existential threat to our Earth, and it's not that different from Holocaust denial.
Denying climate change should be illegal. You heard it from her, ladies and gentlemen. Denying climate change is not that different from Holocaust denial. Just let that seep in real quick. I'm just saying, millions did die from the Holocaust, and you're saying that it's that bad. I'd like you to tell that to a Jewish person.
So,
Really? You think it's that big?
well, the facts are the facts, right?
Yeah. 'Cause
The
in
science-
Germany, you can get like 7 years for denying the Holocaust.
Exactly.
So-
that's what I thought.
If let's say you ran the legislature, and you could make, would you?
I think
make
our
denying
leaders
illegal?
should be held accountable. That they should sign a pledge that climate change exists and that it needs to be addressed.
Wow, that's really interesting. This is recording 5. Is it alright if we can get a quick interview from you?
Sure. It's just related to the upcoming elections and Trudeau's building the pipelines.
Yeah.
So it's basically like, it's kind of two-folded where it's related to capitalism and colonialism. So
Gotcha.
indigenous lands being violated constantly from time immemorial since the beginning of Canada. And then also for capitalist expansion, so for money.
Yeah.
And obviously it's affecting the climate.
Yeah. So this person talked a lot about how Trudeau should have consulted individual communities, native communities speaking, when building the pipeline, instead of actually talking about what the pipeline is for, and that is for transporting oil, a big emitter of carbon emissions, right, to China, who is the biggest emitter of carbon emissions. So, good to this person. She was speaking for the right cause, but she honestly didn't know why. Like, she had the right mindset, but she just didn't deliver on her facts. It's like, she knew the right answer, but used the wrong equation. It's like that one meme. Do you get the meme? Next person. Let's play the clip. Okay with you?
Oh, sure.
Can you explain your sign to us, please?
My sign? Well, I found this on the ground, but it's next to the Socialist Club thing, and I was agreeing with it, so I picked it up. Basically, we need to fix the government system before we can actually do anything about climate change. So,
what type of socialist are you? So, a buddy of mine is a pretty strong person politically, and he is very, very left-wing, like very left-wing if you would ever meet him. And like, he's educated me enough that I'll know certain types of things, and I'll know if someone's actually an informed socialist or not. So I used my little formulas on him. But spoiler, I don't think he knew at all what he was talking about. What changes would you make if you were the world leader? And then this little, you're doing an interview? You're doing an interview? Oh my god, you're getting interviewed? Oh my, can I have it? Oh, not me. Yeah.
I honestly have no idea. I'm not qualified.
Does anybody want to answer out of you guys?
Sure. What's up?
Does anybody? Sure! So, if you could make changes that were sudden, how would you change, either our economy or our country?
We'd start using thorium, because thorium's like a super reusable material for energy production.
Thorium! I was doing my research, and I was like, wait a minute, did this guy stump me? Did this guy actually get it right? Like, I honest to God thought that he, literally solved all the world's problems, and then, all the government was just dumb and not knowing about this one thing or something like that. And then I did more research, everything looked really good. Wikipedia was telling me it was right, and if Wikipedia's there, then I know it's right. And then I read the Guardian article saying that it was 100% theoretical. So what thorium does, so there's more thorium. It's actually more common. It's a nuclear type of power, right? And so nuclear uses plutonium to do all their fancy stuff. Have noted that it's not renewable, but thorium is 3 times more common to be found in the earth than plutonium. Well, it's just never been commercially viable in a sense because. But although there's more thorium in the ground, it actually costs
various
more
scientists
money
have
to
stated that the world shouldn't hold its breath because none of the intended designs seem remotely viable.
One of them takes too much from taxpayers' money.
That's why no other government
thorium
has
actually
invested
money
greater magnitude of supply in order to function, and simply a way of deflecting criticism off of the nuclear industry. And it's a big sham to get people to invest more into nuclear power because they say it's thorium, it's 10 times better or whatever. And this guy says it's renewable, which is false. You get it out the ground. And he basically thought he solved all the world's problems on a 100% theoretical power source. Like, that's literally the only fact you need. Other than how it's never been commercially viable, and if it were to ever happen, it would cost large sums of money. So, sorry, buddy. Sorry.
It's like nuclear. It's like uranium, but it's not dangerous.
So you'd subsidize that?
Yeah. Put a bunch of money into that.
So are you guys all socialists?
Sure.
Generally?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Not sure if I know enough about it.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, I can't make a solid decision.
Next clip.
Hi there. Hi. We're doing a school project. Is it okay if we have a quick interview with you? Is it okay if we have a quick interview with you?
The main concern, I feel, for a lot of, higher up people who have a say in what goes is about the money and the economy.
It's because we need money to survive in a capitalist society. If you don't go money, you get poor. And if you are poor, then you don't eat. And if you don't eat, you die anyways. So yeah, it really doesn't matter if we're all dead.
But
Talking about global warming, by the way. But actually, it does really matter. But so does money.
I feel like what's more important is that we save our lives first. And of course, think about the money, but if we're dead, the money won't matter.
What has brought you here personally? What do you mean?
I think it's really terrible what our government has decided to do regarding the climate and the fact that everyone just talks about fixing things and doesn't actually do anything.
So, when you see horrible things that our government has done, is there anything specific that you can think of?
The whole world is watching!
Okay.
Like the pipelines and the fact that was even a discussion is horrible to me. I feel like that shouldn't be, it should be a given that we shouldn't put pipelines through our...
She was honestly speaking facts at this point. She was talking about how a lot of the people who the pipeline really matters to didn't get a say on what, and if the pipeline was be able to put there, and I get it. But another case where it's, used the wrong formula but got the right answer. And that's our last one! Follow me with the camera. God, I'm a freaking talk show host, man. Well, guys, that was a great show. Thank you to all the people that were coming in. But wait, there's more! See, I recently attended the climate strike in Toronto and brought my camera with me to film a mini documentary about the popular climate strike and the information that people knew. The results were disappointing, yet predictable, due to the astounding amount of uninformed protesters that have been protesting. People don't know what causes the effects of climate change, how little we are doing to prevent further damage, but most importantly, how to prevent it. The media is driven by fear, and people being too afraid to miss what the solution is to the problems that we have. A headline will catch someone's eye and give them their call to action, making them think that they are part of the solution to the problems that we have, yet are still unclear on what the real solution is. But their solution gives them ease. They think they're pushing towards change without giving politicians the evidence that is needed to convince them that the problem is real. Although I support climate change,
Although I support climate change protests and do believe that there is a major problem with how our system is running, I'm not a socialist, but it isn't just on Canada to make these changes. See, in a country where the hourly pay can be, this sounds like a tourism ad. In a country where the hourly pay can be up to $2.50 an hour, where you have to sleep in parts of your work because of how many hours you work, and in a country where the assembly line is the only thing that your hands know how to work, it is pretty easy for the people of China to know the polluted air, overpopulated streets, and unclean water as their normal. When climate change protesters take pictures of each other on their iPhones, they look at a screen with their faces on it, not the assembly line it was produced on, or the fumes put into the air for it to be delivered to their country. Although statistics all over the internet seem to be different, a common source attributed to climate change is China's extremely fast-growing rate of carbon emissions. China's carbon emissions are double that of the United States and 20 times that of Canada. China's change in carbon emissions from 1992 has got China's change in carbon emissions from 1992 since has gone up 270%. Meanwhile, the US is only going up 1.8%. 270% compared to 1.8. 4 out of the 10 most profiting companies in the world are Chinese, and only 6% of the items we buy come from China. Meanwhile, 76% come from the US. So it's not the US capitalism outsourcing China and making their factories produce everything, because what we buy is only 6% coming from them and 76% from the US. So it's not that problem. The problems aren't just here in Canada or even America. Even if we decreased our carbon emission rate substantially, the effects it would have would be minimal due to how China is still in the ring beating our ecosystem to a pulp. With the continuous development of the Trans Mountain Pipeline, which its only main purpose is to sell more refined oil to the Chinese, this situation is only going to get worse. China holds too much power over Canada, to the point where we let them dictate our actions because we think it would better our economy without even listening to the people whose lands it goes through unconstitutionally. In order to sustain a stable economy and recover from our debts, we must take control of who holds power over us and diversify US-centric trade relations. In order to make sure we stay environmentally healthy, we must take action towards China and bring our voices forward towards them. You know, the Animal Foundation thing was right. What do they call it? Extinction Rebellion was right. Another step towards a better future is for the government to be more transparent with their actions that they're taking to prevent climate change. You know what Justin Trudeau said? He said that they plan to plant 2 billion trees within 10 years. Do you want to know how many trees Canada plants per year? 200 million. And if you multiply that by 10, that's 2 billion. Justin Trudeau, we were on rate to do that. And that was one of his slogans, is one of his main campaigning ideas was to plant 2 billion trees. When we already are on pace to do that. Transparency, I get it, we need it. Government, thank you. Extinction Rebellion. Hey kids. Welcome to the Banana Moose Studios. I don't know if you noticed, but there's a new channel banner that we have. Rebranding the entire thing so I can make this more family friendly. I tried to take it off of a bit of a Stranger Things look. It was kind of funny. Maybe I'll use this. Yeah. This is the end of the video. You made it. I honestly didn't think you would. I don't even know if I'm talking to anyone right now because I don't think anyone would stay that long to the end of the video. But thank you very much for watching. It honestly means a lot to me. I spent a lot of time working on this, and I think it's one of my, better projects that I've worked on. It's kind of unprofessional how I took the take of just having a side commentary like Pay Money Wubby or YouTubers like that. But honestly, I think I had a pretty good time making it, and I don't know, I could have made it a lot more professional, but I think that the way that I did it will end up pretty nice. So, cameras on me. Camera, and camera. Let's hope nothing incriminating is back here.